Okay, in the last videos we talked about arithmetic sequences. Now we're going to talk about geometric sequences. If I have the following sequence and I want to find the 7th and the 14th terms, first thing I have to do, of course, you know that this is a geometric sequencing, and so we assume that it's a geometric sequence. But the first thing you need to do is to figure out how you get from the first term to the next term and so on. So here I could add 9 to 3 and get 12. If I added 9 to 12, that would not give me 48. So what I need to do now is determine what I can do in order to get to my next number. So it looks like here, if I multiply 3 by 4, I get 12. If I multiply 12 by 4, I get 48. And if I multiply 48 by 4, that'll give me 192. So I know that this is a geometric sequence. And I know that my common ratio, we have different terms for geometric and arithmetic, my common ratio for this one is 4. So a couple things that I can do. I can keep going on and I can multiply 192 times 4. So I need to find the 7th and the 14th terms. That's going to take a lot of multiplying out. So just like it was in the arithmetic sequence, we have a formula that we can use in our geometric sequence. So if we go real quick to the formula, pause the video and write down your formula and write down what each thing represents. As before, a sub n is the nth term. That's the term you're looking for usually. The sub n and the n in your formula are the same number. A sub 1, again, is the first term of your sequence, and r represents the ratio of your terms. When you finish copying this down, you can start the video back up. If we go back to the information that we had over here, and we plug all of our information in, we can find our a to the 7th term by using our formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1. What is the first term of this sequence? The first term in the sequence is 3. So our a sub 1 value is going to be 3 times our common ratio here we determined was 4 times 4 to the n minus 1 power. So we're going to plug this into our calculator. We're going to do 3 times 4 to the 6th power. Let's switch and let's go to our calculator. So I have 3 times 4. We're going to raise it to the 6th power. Hit enter. And that is going to be our 7th term of that particular sequence. So let's put our answer down. $12,288. So now let's find the 14th term. So we're going to have a sub 14 is equal to 3 times 4 to the 14 minus 1 power. So that's to the 13th power. If we go back to our calculator, we plug in our same information. I'm going to go back and I'm going to change this to 13. And then I hit enter. And we're going to plug in our number. 201,326,592. So that is the 14th term of this sequence. Again, make sure you have this formula written down. Put it somewhere where you can get to it. This is the geometric sequence formula. You should have the arithmetic sequence formula already written down. If you don't, pause the video, write it down, and then start it up again. We're looking at a question that you would get on an SOL test. Suppose you want a reduced copy of a photograph. If the actual length of the photograph is 10 inches, the smallest size the copier can make is 64% of the original size. So find the length of the photograph after 4 reductions. So what we could do for this one is we could come in And we know that the original, so our a sub 1 value is going to be 10. Our a sub 2 value, we're going to have to multiply that 10 by 64%. 64% is going to be 0.64. That gives us 6.4. So that's our second term. For a sub 3, we take our 6.4 and we multiply that times 0.64. We get 2.62144. And I'm just multiplying these in my calculator as I go along. And then the last one, I take this number and I multiply that times 0.64. And that gives me, oh, multiplied wrong. Missed one. This is my fourth one. My third one is 4.096. And my fifth one, this would be after my fifth multiplication. That's going to give me 1.6777216. So this is the length of my picture. 1.7 inches would be the length of my picture after 4 reductions of 64%. Now we have to determine whether or not it's a sequence, and then if it is, then we need to find the common ratio. Remember, we kind of had a hint when we were looking at arithmetic. If they alternated between negatives and positives, then it was probably geometric. Here, I can multiply by a -6, and that would change it. So this is geometric, and my common ratio is a -6. For number 2, I would simply add 2, add 3. That's not going to give me anything, so this is not geometric. So we don't need to find a common ratio. For number 3, 4 times 4 would give me 16, but 16 times 4 is not 36. So this is not geometric. For this one, 3 times 5 times 5 times 5. So this one is geometric, and my common ratio is a +5. For number 5, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Yep, this is geometric, and my common ratio is +2. Once again, I multiply by -5, -5, -5. It's geometric, and my common ratio is a -5. Here we're given the explicit formula, and we're asked to find the first 5 terms and the 8th term. So let's start off, and what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to take our problem, and it asks us for the first 5 terms and then the 8th term. So we have our formula, and we need to come up with our first 5 terms. So our first term, n, is going to be 1. Everywhere in the problem that we have an n, we're going to put 1. So that gives me 3 to the 0 power. Anything raised to the 0 power is going to give me 1. A sub 2, I have 3 raised to the 2 minus 1. That gives me 3 to the first power, which is 3. A sub 3, I have 3 to the 3 minus 1. Gives me 3 squared. Hopefully you can see the pattern in this one. A sub 4 gives me 3 to the 4 minus 1, 3 cubed, which gives me 27. And then the last one, a sub 5, gives me 3 to the 5 minus 1, which is 3 to the 4th, or 81. If we look at each one of these, What did we have to do to the previous one to get the next one? Well, we multiplied by 3. So our common ratio for this is 3. Our common ratio is whatever the number is that is the base for our n power. So if we know that, we can plug this into the formula that we have for finding our geometric sequences, which is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1 power. Well, for this one, we know that our a sub 1 value is 1. We know that our r is 3. So if we plug it into our formula, we have a sub 8 is equal to 1 times 3 to the 8 minus 1 power. So we have 1 times 3 to the 7th power. If we go to our calculator, 3 raised to the 7th power gives us 2,187. And if we multiply that by 1, we still get 2,187. For number 8, again, we're going to find a sub 1. We plug in a 1 everywhere. 2 times 1/4 to the 1 minus 1. That gives us 2 times 1/4 to the 0 power, which is 2 times 1, or 2. If we keep going, if we remember what our common ratio was, it's whatever's raised, the base that's raised to that power. So if I take 2 and if I multiply it times 1/4, then I'm going to get 1/2. That's my a sub 2 value. You can work it out. A sub 3, 1/2 times 1/4 is going to give me 1/8. 1/8 times 1/4 is going to give me 1/32. And a sub 5, if I multiply 1/32 times 1/4, I get 1 over 128. To find my 8th term in this sequence, my a sub 1 power was 2. My formula was 1/4 raised to the 8 minus 1 to the 7th power. So I can plug that into my calculator, and I get 1 over 8,192. For the next one, again, this is going to be my common ratio. So I have a sub 1 is equal to negative 2.5 times 4 to the 1 minus 1, which is 0, which is 1, would give me negative 2.5. A sub 2, I'm going to take this negative 2.5 and I multiply that times 4, and that gives me negative 10. A sub 3, multiplying negative 10 times 4 gives me negative 40. A sub 4 multiplied times 4 gives me a negative 160. And a sub 5, I multiply negative 160 times 4, and that gives me a negative 640. To get my a sub 8, my first a sub 1 term is a negative 2.5 times 4 to the 8 minus 1, which would be 7. And that ends up with a negative 40,960. Last example, a sub 1, plugging it in, negative 4 times. Common ratio is 3 raised to the 0 power gives me 1, so that gives me a negative 4. A sub 2, multiplying times my common ratio, negative 4 times 3 gives me a negative 12. Negative 12 times 3 gives me a negative 36 for my a sub 3 value. For a sub 4, I multiply a negative 36 times 3, and that gives me a negative 108. For a sub 5, I multiply a negative 108 times 3, that gives me a negative 324. And last step, a sub 8 is equal to negative 4 times 3 to the 7th power, and that gives me negative 8,748.